up troops, welcome back to the Litanah Army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World, and we're going to do another Fortnite Save the World guide on this one, and we're going to look at tunnels. In particular, when we do this one, if you look on here, we're going to look at the Storm Shield defense missions. Now a lot of people have got all different ones and you're all at different levels, but this is more for the beginner's guide and more of a beginner's look, if you like. So if you've played the game a little bit and you've done through Stonewood, now we're in Plankton, what we're going to look at is the best way to set up tunnels around your base, and I'm going to give you different variations of this. So a lot of you have just seen the standard tunnel where you make a little long thin tunnel and you put the traps inside there on the top and bottom, but this hopefully will show you some variations that you've not seen before. So with that said, let's jump in and get into this Fortnite Save the World guide. Okay, now the great thing about these, when you're doing the Storm Shield defense missions, what you'll find is you can jump into the mission even if you've not got the quest available yet, or if it's not ready yet, and you can actually start on it and build up your traps and build around your base without actually having to do the mission or fight any husks. So what we're going to do is just look at the different areas that I've built. So because of the situation of mine, that's an outpost there, we'll look at that separately later. This is the first place they'll come. They usually come over this hill and they come down here, so it's hard to build a tunnel because I've got this ramp, and I could build tunnels coming down here, which I might do later on. I've got to be careful on here not to build flat platforms because the husks will jump onto the platforms and overrun the base that way. So what usually happens is they either come down these steps over here or they come down this ramp. So these, if you look from a husk's point of view, this is where they come from. So if we look down here, this is where they start. So the first one they come to is here. So we've built like a corner tunnel. So I've got 4 traps on the floor, the spike ones there. These can fire up to 3 in distance. So you can fire like a range of 3. If you go onto here, and I'll build this one. What I will show, this can fire over 3 tiles. So if I go to Q, build another wall there, and then I select the trap we've just built and put that on there. Now, the reason I've done that is because when they come down here, even if a husk is stood here, this trap over here is going to get them. So it's got quite a real, well, it's got really good range in them, the wall darts. And then if they stood here, they've got the ceiling trap on them. And if they stood here, they've got the ceiling trap and 2 wall darts. There, 2 wall darts. So you can see I've got pretty much every area covered. The only reason I've not got a ceiling trap here is because I don't want the husks to run over here and then jump straight in. Now, husks will normally take a direction of 3 tiles, so you can have 2 tiles spare like this, and that is it. And that way, if they can find another way around, they will do. If not, then they won't. So my other kill tunnel, this is a traditional kill tunnel. So what you've got on here is, look, just spike traps on the floor here that we've got. I've got the darts on there, and like I said, remember, 3 tiles it can fire. So this dart here is actually still going to get them. Now, what I've also done, I've actually put a little area up here where they can't get through. If I just put this up here, and what this does is this means that we can stand in this area and we can just fire away and keep them out that way. So you've got 3 ceiling traps there, 3 floor traps, and then you've got 2 on the walls. And then you've also, I mean, if this wasn't a door, which I've needed to make it so we can get in and out, but if that wasn't needed, then you could put another one here and it would still hit because it can fire across all 3 tiles, which is pretty cool. So let's take you to the other side of the base then. So let's go around. Okay, now what you'll find is the other side they come from is this one. Now, there's a big giant wall here, so this side's pretty safe. You can stand in here and pretty much fight them off all day long and you'll be fine. Let's just see if we can... There we go, we'll put that in there. We'll just waste some resources. So you can stand in here pretty much and just fire away, and you can pretty much get rid of them all. Now what you'll find here, because it's 3 tiles along, if the husks come down here and they go 1, 2... They've got the 3rd tile here, they'll see a way in and they'll come straight into the tunnel and they'll come across this way. And as before, you know, we've got the spike traps on the floor, I've got the wall darts here, here and here, and even if they do get this close to the wall, there's another one there and it fires 3 tiles across, so excellent defense there. Now, the other side, so we've got another 2 spaces again, and then we've got another set of tiles here. Now, it's unlikely they're going to go for this one because if they don't tend to come from this way. Now, if they do come from this way, they tend to be going up this side, but we'll show you that in a second. So I've not put a massive amount of effort into these 2 here. I don't think it'll... each time that we've defended this so far, I've not really seen many in there, but I've put it there just in case, just as a backup. These ones are the way they've tried to come in the most, so they don't go in there, they tend to go through here, through this tunnel. And remember, husks can't jump, so what they will do is they'll go around, and because I've got the lip there where it meets the lake, they'll actually come to here. and this is where they'll go in. So they've got the trap hitting them there, they've got the spikes on there, spikes here, and then I've got wall dart there, because it fires 3 across. Don't worry about the walls blocking them, because it won't do. You know, you'll be absolutely fine with that. I mean, if you are worried about that, you can take the wall out, upgrade the stairs there, because that's somewhere where they might. Oh, I'm out of materials for that. But the wall darts will still hit, so you're absolutely fine here. And this should be enough to take out pretty much anything. And if you can, you know, the good thing about this base is you can get up on the top there, or you can stand, you know, behind the walls that we made around here, which is always works. So far, we'll do the last one over here. This is another area they come from, so they come from down these like hills down here. And if you look at this side of the base, this is my favourite part of the base. Like I said, this is my standard way that I tend to deface. When I did Stonewood, this is kind of how I made everything. So if you look on here, I've made the walls so they've kind of got to weave through. It kind of just slows them down a little bit and just filters them out. Sometimes they hit these walls, but it's rare. If they've got a way through, because there's only 2 walls, they'll walk around. And then what they've done, they've got 1, 2 to hit, and then I've got wall darts coming at them from all angles. And I've got the ceiling traps as well, which works pretty well. I've got a legendary trap there. When I was playing with a team, someone put this one on there. That was just like a healing base. But you can stand here, you know, if you've got the machine gun on or you've got the sniper rifle, and you can pretty much take down the whole of the mountainside there, or the whole of the hillside quite comfortably. And you're stood on a healing platform. It seemed to work, like I said. I left it just because it seemed to work that time. So that is all the way around the base. Now, if they come from down here, which I've not had any come down this way yet, probably the best way to do it would be to knock this one out. Let's knock this wall out. And I'll tell you for why I'm doing this. It's because when they do come down, if they get to a point where they can't get through, they will walk around and they'll start attacking the wall. So here's not a place they will come, because, one, if they come up the hill, they'll go through the tunnel there. And if they come down the hill, so let's pretend that we're a husk, look. If we come down the hill and there's a way in, we're going to go through this way here, because we've got 2 ways in. I mean, the safest place to put a wall probably is like there, maybe. But again, it's unlikely that they're going to come through there. They're going to get all that side of the base. Okay, so let's take you up to the outpost at the top, because I've done this one a little bit different. So if we go up to the top, and the base defense is as simple as that. Some people overcomplicate base defense, but it's not like that. So what you'll find is this side, don't get very many husks from up here, like very few. And if we do, they come down here, and because this wall's kind of ushering them this way, there you go, and they'll hit the tunnel again. I could put 2 more ceiling traps up there so that they have to get to the wall, but these are all pretty decent traps, you know. There's this one. So they've got the buzzer traps there, we've got the wall darts there as before. I need to repair that look from last time. But nothing's ever got through. I've always done the storm shield defenses first time. So they come down into here, they'll hit the spikes, they'll hit the wall traps, they've got the wall darts, and we've got the ceiling zappers as well. You can always upgrade your traps later on, you know. I've got pretty basic ones down at the minute, but we've only just built this outpost. Now the other place that they come from, they come through this little area here, and they make their way up this ramp. So what you've got is they'll come up to here, and then they'll get ceiling zappered, wall darts on that side, and then they've got the spike trap there. Usually what we do, we just stand in here, or even on here, and we can just then shoot all the way down. Shotgun's usually good. Or you can even get at the top, you know, because you've got the safety bit of it. You can just stand up top and do it that way. Another good place for a wall would probably be somewhere like that. Now the good thing, Fortnite, don't forget, you can adjust your buildings. Oh, I ain't got enough stone for that one. I've got metal though. There you go. So you can put one there maybe, you know, and do it that way, just so they can't get through. And that way they're forced to go up. Do you know what? Why have we done that one? Let's do that. Whoa. Okay, there we go. And all that'll do, it'll just mean that they're ushered the right way. And I can put some floor traps here if need be. And inside we've got the outpost. And again, always make ceilings, because you tend to find some people who like to play the sniper on these missions. They can get up top. You've got the pathway there which you can get to. You've got a clear line of sight. You can even go on this one, and then you've pretty much got that one covered. And even if you're really good with the sniper, which I am not, you can get up here and you can see the base look from up there, and you can see it all looks pretty awesome. So you can see there, you've got the traps there, you've got the tunnel there. Can we get around the other side to see that? Yeah, look, so you've got that way they've got to get through. That shows you the walls quite well that I've made there, so they've got to get through the walls, and it just kind of filters them out a little bit. Some people build these walls all the way up to the top here, so that they've kind of mazing all the way through it. But you don't need to do that. I don't really think it makes enough of an impact to do that. So that's pretty much the whole of the base, guys. As I said, when I get to the next mission, when I get to the next Storm Shield Defense mission, I'll show you it with the husks on it. But what you'll find is if you do a mission like this with lots of tunnels, it's absolutely fine. If you look up top, what I'll do, I'll just show you the ceiling before we call the video. And up the top, I've actually got a place. Here we go. I've actually got a place where you can put defenders on there. With a base like this, you don't really need them very much, to be honest. So if you put a defender on here and a defender on this side, just because sometimes they come surging down the hill, it can get pretty sticky. But also what you can do, you can put another one maybe this side. I've left 2 little outposts here, look, where I can put them. And you could put 2 there. And you've got pretty much every angle covered. But so far, you know, I've not had any issues with the base defenses. I've found these pretty easy so far, and you can too. The good thing is as well, one thing that not a lot of people know, and I've seen the question asked on Reddit, if you come into this base now like we've done, and where, you know, I'm showing you off the base, what you can do, you can just leave. So if you hit escape and leave with party, then what you tend to find is that it'll lose all your progress. Whereas if you go to the actual console, open up the console, leave with party that way, and it says your quests, you will lose quest progress made in this zone. That's actually okay. You know, you can do that and it'll work absolutely fine. You'll not actually lose any building that you've done. So the building will all stay there as it should, but the actual, because we're not on a mission, it'll still work fine. So everything will still be there, all your buildings will still be there, all your traps will still be there, and you can come and go as you please through this and do it that way. So as long as you leave with party, you know, everything's absolutely fine. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, make sure you leave a comment down below. If you've got any questions on Storm Shield defenses or whatever level it may be at, the traps get a lot more intense at the higher levels, which I'm using this character to level up to kind of show you guys with the guides. But you know, we can do higher level ones later on, but I think most people are coming into the game at entry level, which is what I'm trying to show you. So if you like the video, make sure you drop a like on it, and if you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.